Auzubillahiminashaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of 11th class, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, you know we have completed the kingdom Munera, and today we will start the another kingdom which is included in our syllabus, that is the kingdom Protista. Now, regarding this kingdom Protista, it is also called the unicellular eukaryotes. The kingdom Protista, also called the unicellular eukaryotes. This kingdom includes all unicellular eukaryotic microorganisms except some unicellular algae, example Chlamydomonas, Chlorella, etc. So you should remember here that this kingdom Protista, it includes all unicellular eukaryotic microorganisms, means all the microorganisms which are unicellular and are eukaryotic are included in this kingdom. There is exception that some unicellular algae like Chlamydomonas and Chlorella, these are not included in this kingdom Protista. And this kingdom Protista has been grouped into three categories. That means this kingdom can be studied under three headings or under three groups. One type of Protista are called the photosynthetic protists, another is the slime molds, and third one are the protozoan protists. So there are different types of these unicellular eukaryotes which can be studied under these three groups, or we can say that this kingdom Protista has been divided into three groups, and those are the photosynthetic protists, slime molds, and protozoan protists. Now, whatever the organisms are included in this kingdom, they all have the general characters. So we will first of all see the general characters of this kingdom Protista. The first general character of this kingdom is that these protists are unicellular eukaryotic, mostly aquatic organisms. So you should remember here that the organisms which are included in this kingdom Protista, those are all unicellular and are eukaryotic, and mostly these organisms are aquatic. They are not terrestrial, but they are aquatic, that is, they are found in the water. Some organisms form colonies without much cellular differentiation. Some protists form colonies without much cellular differentiation and tissue formation. The second general character of this kingdom is the genetic material which is found in these protists is the linear double-stranded helical DNA. The genetic material is the DNA which is linear and is double-stranded, complexed with proteins. It also contains proteins and is enclosed by nuclear envelope. That means nuclear envelope surrounds this genetic material and organized into distinct chromosomes and have the chromosomes which are distinct. Number third general character of this kingdom is that the cytoplasm contain all cell organelles. That means in the cytoplasm, you know, the cell organelles are like ribosomes, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, etc. So nucleus. So all cell organelles, those are all cell organelles which I have meant here. Those are present in these protists, and the ribosomes are 80S type. 80S type ribosomes are found in these protists. Cell wall, if present in these protists, contains cellulose. That means cell wall is made of cellulose. Now the flagella and cilia, which are the locomotory organs in this protists, they are present and have the 9+2 pattern of microtubules. उसका मतलब यह है कि 9+1 2 जो 2 microtubules हैं वो तो अलग हैं, 9 तो अंदर से हैं, 2 तो बाहर से हैं. So these flagella and cilia when present have 9+2 pattern of microtubules. जो लेटर जो लास्ट वाले 2 microtubules हैं, those are composed of a protein. वो एक प्रोटीन के बने हुए हैं, that is called the tubulin, tubulin, tubulin. Now regarding the nutrition of this protistus, nutrition in this protistus may be of various types, like they have the photosynthetic nutrition, they have the saprotrophic nutrition, they have the parasitic nutrition, and some protists may have the mesotrophic nutrition. So you have what is photosynthetic nutrition, what is saprotrophic nutrition, what is parasitic nutrition, and what is mesotrophic nutrition. All these types of nutrition are found in the protists. Now regarding the reproduction, it occurs by a variety of asexual and sexual methods. उसका मतलब ये है कि जो reproduction in protists में है वो तो 2 किस्म की है. One is the asexual type of reproduction and second is the sexual type of reproduction. That means vegetative reproduction is absent, that is not found in this protists. So ये 2 किस्म की reproduction पाई जाती है इन protists में, जैसे कि asexual and sexual. Regarding the asexual reproduction, former includes the asexual reproduction occurs by various methods like binary fission, like multiple fission, like plasmotomy, like budding and spore formation, while the later sexual reproduction, it can occur by isogamy, anisogamy, and oogamy. Isogamy means similar type of gametes fuse with one another. Anisogamy means the gametes are different structurally and morphologically, which fuse together, while as the oogamy means the ovum or the egg fuses with the sperm. So that is the oogamy. And these all 3 types of sexual reproduction like isogamy, anisogamy, and oogamy are found in the protists. So these were the general characters of this kingdom Protista. After these general characters, we will study the different types of microorganisms like dinoflagellates, euglenoids, diatoms, etc., which are included in this kingdom Monera. We will study those organisms one by one in our next lecture. And today we have completed our lecture, and you should now remember here that, and you should understand that this kingdom Protista have the general characters, and we have mentioned here these general characters. I hope you have understood these general characters, and with this we have concluded our today's lecture. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.